Hi, and welcome to Principles of Biomedical Sciences for the 2020-2021 school year. I am Mrs. Bolden. I will eventually be sharing this presentation along with some links to documents that are in here with you through email so that you can access it on your own, so you can get things like my contact information. I've got my class schedule here to kind of help you navigate when your student might be actually in class with me. And later on, I'll show you the virtual and hybrid schedule, so you'll have an idea of when contacting me will be the easiest. A little bit about myself. I have been in the Lee Summit area for about 25 years. I did grow up in Oregon. I got my undergraduate degree in a combination of Oregon State University and South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, my teaching certification, and my master's in administration came from Central Missouri State. I have one daughter who will be a junior at Lee Summit North, and we have several dogs, as you can see from my pictures, so our house is very busy. This course, in terms of an overview, I will attach the syllabus and things like that, so you have a little bit more information. But it's very student-driven learning, scenario-based. Like this image on here is a Bitmoji crime scene of a young lady named Anna Garcia. Our entire first unit is spent trying to use principles of biomedical science to solve how she died. Was there a crime? Was it a natural cause? So your student will work through a lot of different methods for testing things in science, some forensics types of things, some genetics. So all sorts of different things will be involved in solving this particular mystery. Overall, this course combines a large number of sciences into one. This is the first year for this curriculum, so it has changed a little bit, and it's a little bit more mainstream with our initial looking at like the crime scene investigation piece of it, and then we'll go into other things like emergency response and diagnoses and things like that. So there is a lot involved in this as a lead-in course to some of the other Project Lead the Way classes that our school district offers. There will also be some crossover with the biology course that your student has either already taken or is probably currently enrolled in as well. Grade breakdown, we'll do a variety of different activities, projects, and then actual assessments. And it will look different depending on whether we are in the classroom, whether we are virtual, whether we are hybrid, and looking at when it's safe to actually enter the lab. There'll be lots of simulated type things that the students will be doing, but overall, this course is for a semester grade, 90% made up of those things listed above, and then 10% for a final exam. Project Lead the Way does administer an end-of-course assessment in the spring, so your student can look forward to that. In terms of distance learning, this is going to be new for all of us. The expectations are different. What will be most important for your student is to stay organized, find their best organization practices that work for them, find a place within your home that will allow them to be in a classroom-like setting. So they need a dedicated workspace. And then staying connected with the class, whether it be through a Google Meet, whether it be reaching out to me individually through email or during my office hours, and just making sure they're staying caught up and they're staying engaged in what's going on in the class. We will be utilizing Google Meets for our actual class time meetings. This will look different depending on what the day is. It may just be a quick pop-in where I talk about what is expected of them to work on that day. It may be a discussion piece that we are talking about something together as a group. There may be breakout groups involved where they're working with other individuals. The important part of this is to, one, be at the group meeting, and two, take part in the actual discussions that take place, ask questions, participate in small group breakouts. Homework and late work. This traditionally would follow the school policy of 1 day for every day absent. In our virtual learning situation, what technically would be an absence. So I'm not going to look at it in terms of absence. I'm just looking at it as though any assignment can be accepted 2 days after the due date, which would be the same as one block class, so the next class meeting, and that I will accept it for partial credit. This page, which when I share the presentation with you through email, you'll be able to get to some links that are helpful. There's lots of little tutorials on technology pieces that we might use in the classroom. There is good descriptive explanation of when we use discussion boards. If something goes wrong with your student's Chromebook from home, there's a link to tech support. And then eventually we'll be using my project Lead the Way, where your kids will be able to go in and access the resources that are provided by PLTW. This course can also be taken for college credit. There'll be more information coming on this later on, but there's a little bit here that you can read. So each course will be worth 3 credit hours, and there is a fee for this, but I will send more information out on this as we get closer to that. Our virtual bell schedule. So this course will meet every other day following this schedule. So depending on if your student is in my 5th hour or my 6th hour course, it would either be an A day or a B day. A days will meet on Monday and Thursday. B days will meet on Tuesday and Friday. So that's the direct time for class. Anytime outside of that, I have office hours, I have prep time that your student can actually contact me via email, or I will have open Google Meets available so they can pop in and ask questions. When we get to the point of a hybrid schedule, this is what it'll look like. So those days that your student is in class will change a little bit, and the days that they are not at school will be virtual learning. I have linked here the overall course syllabus, and then I have a couple of forms that I would like filled out. One is a parent-guardian form. Just kind of acknowledge some of the things that are going to be essential to virtual learning. And then there's a form for students in terms of how to work with Schoology and Google Meet expectations. I'll send this out in a back-to-school email. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me via email.